Hey guys, Redbeard here. Look, it's Saturday and we're actually working on stuff. Well, setting up to work on stuff. How about that? Anyway, I think I'm a little behind my timeline. Not bad. This door fits great. I'm very happy with it. I drilled some drain holes in the bottom of this tube because I actually like this angle. I'm just going to leave it exposed. So I think that's going to be good. I just took a bunch of measurements. I'm going to chop some steel. Once I get all that chopped, I'm going to start trying to match it, right? So anyway, that's where we're at, guys. I'll try to check back in, do some updates and whatnot. Beautiful day. It's warmed up a little bit. It's 43 yesterday morning, a little bit warmer today. But if there's one good thing about where we live, you can have some cool days, even Labor Day weekend. But anyway, it's going to warm up a bit this week, but that'll probably be the last hurrah. So follow along, check us out, and let's see how this door goes, man. Hopefully by the end of the day we have one that matches this. Very happy with it. And we get something that looks like this, and then I'm going to start working on the latch mechanism back here at the back. So a little bit of work to do. I have all the latches. I'm going with this bear claw style. Full wraparound. So I'll have to modify this plate into the door jamb, set the depth. I can use this bracket. This is like a stiffener gusset. We're not going to need that on this material. But the cool thing is this bracket does line up with the threaded holes in here, and it comes with the hardware. So I should be able to bolt it, make it all fit, line it up, and I think it's going to work pretty good. The length of the striker here, or not striker, but the stud, whatever you want to call it, is adjustable. So I can shim it in and out, make it the length I want, and then lock it down once it's in there. But pretty strong mechanism compared to factory. It doesn't really matter. I never had any trouble with the factory ones. But I will be using, I'm going to mount a tab, and I will be using a factory pull mechanism to release it. So we're still going to have some Suzuki parts. The hinges are Suzuki. Believe it or not, they're actually stamped genuine Suzuki. And these cut apart great. I tweaked one of them out in the vise, kind of massaged it a little bit to get that door parallel on the top and parallel with the body. Now when I put the striker in there, I may lose. It'll still be parallel with the body, but it might not be as flush as what I wanted. We'll just have to see how it comes out. It's going to be okay either way. I think they're going to look great. They're definitely going to serve their purpose. And the new arm height, it's not bad. I hopped up in the passenger seat, checked it out. Believe it or not, 2-inch 120 wall square tube, pretty sturdy. So I had talked about filling in these voids. I've got them smoothed out. I think once I paint them, I'm just going to leave them open, man. I kind of like the look. It's not really serving any purpose. I thought about trying to mount a piece of 175 tube off of here, like a little bullhorn curve up, and put my mirrors down on the doors, because the semi-mog never goes out without the doors on. I may do that. I may not. I haven't decided yet. I've gotten so used to where the mirrors are mounted now. Moving them probably get me in more trouble than it's worth. But anyway, we'll check back with you. Thank you. Hey guys, here we are. I've got this lower bar. Again, I'm kind of new to this cutting the tube and bending it over itself. For these doors, like I said, I'm trying to mimic what the original doors look like. So that one over there, I'm at like 15.2, 15.3. I'm at about 15.4 here. I'm using this ratchet strap to hold it while I get my tack started, and hopefully we don't lose any of that. So I'm going to go ahead and tack both these corners here, see what it looks like, and then I'll, if I'm still happy with it, I'll start burning from the bottom up so it can't compress in as easy. Hopefully that works. I got a little bit of a gap on this side. Again, this is not really structural, so it should be fine. And we'll get that all put in there and cleaned up. But anyway, yeah, just make use of what you got. Get it as good as you can get it. Check back with you. Hey guys, look, this is the one we've been working on. It's all squared up, done away. We're within like 1/8 of an inch on this one. I'm off just a hair on my angle. It happens. But look, we got our accessory mounts put in here. This really serves no purpose other than it gives me a mounting point for my hinge that lines up the rear of the door. People always wonder why I call it overthunk junk. Well, the old doors didn't have this, and so the hinges made it line up with the target bar, which worked great when we had a target bar, but now we don't have a target bar, and it really drove me crazy having that door like 3/4 of an inch over the body. So we have taken care of that now, and this is it, guys. Just rough ground. We're going to wire wheel it. We're going to primer it in white, paint it in black. Yeah, I could go back through and seal all this in and make it look perfect and grind it down completely flush. But that's not how the old doors were done. And that's not how the new doors are going to be done. So, number one, it's not structural. Number two, it's way more than it needs. So when we get done, we're going to have like a weathered, I'm looking for like, everything I build is semi-Mad Max, a little dystopian. I'm looking for that wear to come through. So I'm okay with these imperfections. With all my OCD stuff, as long as everything's square, I can overlook everything else. And so it's kind of a weird curse, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, that's where we're at, guys. So we're making good progress. Get my buddy Kenny Loggins here. He's going to help me. He's going to help me fit up, and we're going to get these hinges. Well, not the hinges. Well, we got to do the hinges on this door, and then we got to do the latches on both doors. And that's going to be a little more finesse, right? So it's not as rough and tumble as some of the other stuff we've done. We'll have to do some inserts. We're going to have to over drill some holes, probably use some bigger washers. I'd love to just tell you I can eyeball it and get it perfect. But that's just not the case, guys. So, like I said before, make the best of what you got and see what you can build. That's what it's all about. Hey guys, look, been a little bit more work than we expected. We got the hinge box in here. As you can see, the doors closed in as much as going to get closed in. After it's painted, it's going to look fine. Latch mechanism gave us a little bit of trouble. As you can see, I've cut it down, modified it up to go back through. Factory-ish holes. I'm not going to say factory. This door jammed it. Unfortunately, this was like a learning curve for the next one. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have to trim a strip of flat bar out and burn it in right here. And what that's going to do is make that gap close up a little bit nicer for us. Cool part is it's sturdy. Like it does latch, and even without the release handle on there, just grabbing the pin and pulling it, she unlatch as well. So this is that bear claw latch mechanism. And so, as you can see back here behind it, I've modified the pin. So basically the Suzuki pull handle will run down and I'll have my door latch like right up in here. But like right here, what I gotta do is I'm gonna mark all this and I'm gonna pull it off and I'm gonna burn, I'm gonna put a tack on the back side here and tack this striker into this nut. I'm going to burn the nut into the washer and the washer into the bracket. You're probably wondering why I'd go through all that effort. Well, to be honest with you, it cannot move. And I will manipulate it with a hammer if I have to later on, if anything ever tweaks. But with the cage we're running, I don't foresee the tub ever tweaking. So, it's a little tight, a little bit different. Glad I didn't try to modify the original doors because it would have never worked. This was the way to go. And hopefully I can get it all cleaned up. And like I said, I think when we get all this, I get that little lip plate in there, little wedge plate, I think it's going to look just fine. I'm not too worried about it. And you know what? It's for a demanding customer, but he didn't pay a whole lot for it, so he'll just have to deal with it. Anyway, we'll check y'all later. Thank you.